me ask you a quick question. When your child makes a mistake in maths, how do they react? Do they freeze up? Do they cross their arms and say, I'm terrible at this? Or do they shrug and laugh it off and try again? You know, that difference between shutting down or bouncing back, it often comes down to one thing. Does your child feel safe to make mistakes? Now, in maths, mistakes aren't just common, they're necessary. Think about it. We don't learn to ride a bike without a few wobbles and crashes. We don't learn to cook without burning a pancake or two. And kids don't learn maths without first getting some wrong answers. But here's the problem. If a child believes mistakes mean I'm not smart, they start avoiding challenges, don't they? If they believe mistakes mean I'm learning, well, they'll keep pushing forward. See the difference? Now, a safe space for mistakes isn't just about homework, it's about identity. Because if a child feels judged every time they get an answer wrong, they quickly decide, I'm just not a maths person. And once that belief sets in, confidence collapses. But if they feel safe to try and safe to get it wrong and safe to figure it out, then every mistake becomes a stepping stone. And that's how resilience is built. That's exactly how confidence grows. Like picture two dinner tables. Home A, a child gets a question wrong and the parent says, no, that's not right. We just did this yesterday. Why don't you remember? Well, the child frowns and closes the book and doesn't want to keep going. But in home B, a child gets a question wrong and the parent says, oh, that's interesting. That's one way to think about it. Let's check together and see where it went a little off track. Well, the child relaxes and tries again and discovers the right path. Now, which home do you think builds confidence? Exactly. That's what I'm thinking too. So let me ask you, in your home, how does your child respond to mistakes right now? Like, do they feel free to try or do they feel fear being wrong? And what would change if they saw mistakes as signs of progress instead of failure? See how these small shifts in perspective can actually shape your child's entire relationship with maths? Here's another way to think about it. When you go to the gym, do you expect to lift the heaviest weight on the first try? Of course not. You build strength, don't you, by trying and straining and sometimes failing. Well, maths works the same way. You see, every mistake is like a rep at the gym. It feels hard in the moment, but it's building brain muscle. And that only happens if kids feel safe enough to keep lifting, safe enough to keep trying. And here's the encouraging part. You don't need to be a maths teacher to create this safe space, and you don't even need to have all the answers. What your child needs most is your tone, your reaction, your calm reassurance that mistakes aren't a dead end, they're a doorway. The way you respond can make maths feel like a threat or like an adventure. And if you would like some simple practical guides to help you create this safe, confidence-building space at home, well, I've put something together just for you. It's called Parent Power Chats, and inside you'll find 20 short chapters. There's 10 ways to help your child become capable in mathematics, 10 ways to help them become confident. And there's a whole section on confidence, including how to turn mistakes into growth moments and how to frame challenges positively and how to protect your child's belief in themselves. It's free, it's practical, and it's designed for busy parents like you. Download your copy of Parent Power Chats at the link below. Because when kids feel safe to try, they don't just get better at maths, they grow stronger, braver, and more confident for life.